going on, guys? It's your boy Gage and Horne bringing you guys an awesome video for you guys today. And today I'm going to show you guys an awesome video about our going on, adding on, blah blah blah, whatever I'm saying, adding on to our high school stories. So today I got a very interesting topic for you guys, and that's the worst substitute ever. This substitute is the worst substitute ever. I repeat myself because it's so true. You guys know I am totally the one to be like good and understand things, and I know substitutes have their bad days. I know teenagers can be just a trouble, like 24, like a lot. Like they are a pain. I understand that. Like seeing a lot of teachers this year come in and being all like, "Oh, I'm so excited to teach," and then knowing us for a couple of weeks, they're like, "Oh my God, I hate my class. I don't know why I even thought about being a teacher." Like I swear to God, a lot of teachers think that after they start teaching, and this substitute really got on my nerves, everybody else's nerves, and she was really just horrible. And I don't remember her name, so I would totally say, if I could, if I remembered, this was, I believe, freshman and sophomore year, and then I never seen her again junior or senior year, so hopefully she got fired. So let's start out the first time I've ever seen her, and that was freshman year, and I was in this class, we're all freshmen, and we're all annoying, and she walks in, and she's like, "All right, be quiet." That's it, like, straight up. "All right, be quiet." She put her books on the table. "I'm going to take roll, and I swear if anybody talks, you can go out, wait in the hall." I'm like, someone's having a bad day, but, whatever, I understand, I just won't talk and stuff. And then she starts taking roll, and then she says someone's name, gets to this person's name, and this is the biggest part about why I hate her, and why, I don't hate her, but why she's the worst substitute I've ever had. And she gets to someone's name, and I believe, I think it was Cardell, that was his name, and she pronounced it Cardale. She was like, "Cardale something," and he said, "Oh, it's Cardell," and she's like, "Hey, don't correct me," and the whole class is like, "What?" And she's like, looks back down like all angrily, and she starts reading off, and then she says someone else's name, and then she's like, "Oh, it's whatever her real like right name," and she's like, "What did I just say? Don't correct me. I can pronounce your name however I want. This is my class, and if you have a problem with it, you can go take it up with the principal." And the whole class like, "What?" And then one of the girls in the back was just like, "Wow, this teacher's being," and said the B word, and she's like, this teacher's totally saying that, but she said it loud enough for the teacher to hear. And she's like, "You, out, now, stay out of my class." And I'm just like, oh my God, dude, it's been like 5 minutes of class. What is going on here? And the whole class is just like quiet, and like we're kind of whispering like, this teacher sucks, And then one of my friends was sitting next to me and goes, "Hey, bro, do you have those notes?" And before I remember that exact sentence, he's like, "Hey, bro, do you have those notes?" And before I even get to the S on notes, the teacher's like, "You, out of my class now." And I'm like, oh my God, dude, she's being a bitch. Hardcore, I'm sorry, but she so was. I mean, to come in like that and act this way, are you kidding me? With freshmen, we're annoying, and we're just going to talk crap on you and keep talking just to piss you off even more. And then she starts going on, and she's like, if anybody else has a problem, you can leave, okay? You can leave. Now I'm going to continue roll, and again, do not correct me, okay? Okay? And she, like, repeated okay, like, a couple of times, like, looking around the class. Okay? 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 And we're just like, what is wrong with this chick? Like, can't come in a classroom, act like a total B word, and then just start kicking kids out of the class, and then look at the clock, and it's only been 10 minutes. Like, come on, dude. And some other stuff goes on, and it's just, like, little stuff, and then finally we get about half the class, and one kid came back in, because she went out and talked to all of them, and I don't know what happened. I think she said, well, they either waited out there for the rest of the time and then ditched, because when I left the class they weren't there anymore, or they went to the office or something, but one kid came back in and just sat down and he was totally quiet the whole time, And that was not my friend, but it was a third kid, because there's 3 kids that got kicked out of the class. Yeah, 3 kids. Like, for 2 for pronouncing her name right, and 1 was asking me what was wrong, or asked me for my notes and stuff, and so we go on class, and she's like, and we were reading or something, and she's like, all right, put your books away, and now we're going to do this assignment right here. And she said to do 2 pages, but I want 3 pages. And I'm like, okay, I need to chillax, all right? I just need to calm down. You know, this is dumb, but I'm just, whatever. She said, do 3 pages, we'll do 3 pages. I start writing and stuff like that. And I had one of my headphones in, you know, and I was listening to my music, and I was going like this, and like just bobbing my head, you know, just listening to my music and stuff. And she's like, hey, points straight at me, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, get out of my class. I'm like, what'd I do? And I swear to God, guys, I mean, maybe thinking back at it, maybe I was talking a little bit too loud, but as I keep trying to think, really hard, and I almost 99% or almost 100% positive that I was like just mouthing the words, not saying anything. I can't remember. I swear that's how it went. It's like, you get out of my class. I'm like, well, I didn't even do anything, and that's what everybody says. But like when I said that, I remember being like, oh crap, why did I just say that? Now she's not gonna believe me, you know, because every kid says that. But I was like, I didn't do anything. And then she's like, no, you get out of my class. You're talking. What did she say? She didn't say the word, the S word. So you're talking crap. I forgot what she said, but what was it? It was some like word that meant that kind of stuff, but it was appropriate, I could say, I guess. But she's like, stop talking about me, and I'm like, what? I'm not even, because I guess the kid was like, angle, like, if you sit in a chair and like you have your leg up and stuff, and then you're writing this way on the, like looking, like I was right in that seat, right? I'm like in the seat in front of him, and this kid is like looking right at me while he's like kind of looking at me, but kind of looking down, so it looks like he's looking at me. And I think she thought I was like saying something about her, because I like kept bobbing my head, and maybe like I was looking at him for a second, and then I was still lip singing, so it looks like I'm talking to him or something. And then so she's like, you get out of my class. I'm like, cause I was like, I didn't do anything. It's like, you're talking. Oh, I wish I could remember the word. I don't remember what it was. I know it wasn't a bad word. We else would have been like, oh, dude, I'm telling on you, but it wasn't like that. Talking smack or something like that. But anyway, so I was just, and then I was like, I wasn't. I was just listening to my music. She's like, it just pointed, like, put her hand back up and just pointed. And I was like, whatever. And I just grabbed my backpack and I left. And I was like, I've never been kicked. That was the first time I got kicked out of class. Not only freshman year. Okay, I was about to say ever, but actually no. There's been I think 3 times I've been kicked out of class all year. I ain't gonna lie, you know. There's one playing around with one of my favorite teachers. He's like, out of my class. I'm like, whatever, and I left. He was like, halfway serious but halfway not, and I came back in. I'm like, all right, I'm back. I'm sorry. He's like, you gonna be quiet? And I'm like, okay. So I sat back down. But and then the 3rd time I was talking to a friend, and this teacher kicked me out, and I was like, oh, that's all right. But this 3 times, and this is the biggest time, like I actually was like this is like the bad time when I actually got kicked out, you know. And I went outside, and that's when the other guys were gone, and I just sat there, and I'm like, really, 4 people in 1 hour she kicks out of this classroom, and whatever. And then I'm just waiting out there the whole time, and then they come out, you know, and had another like acquaintance kind of friend in the class, and I was like, and then when I waited for him to come out, because we usually walk to the other, like walk across the halls and stuff to our next class and together. And when he came out, and I was like, so, dude, and he's like, dude, did you just get what? You were talking crap on her? And I'm like, no, dude, I don't even know. I was just singing or something, and she totally, I didn't even know. Like I was like, just like saying, like explaining like what happened, like what I just told you guys. Like I don't even know. I was just lip singing, and then she said I was talking what? And so I'm just like at this point, like I don't even know it. I understand anymore, you know. And she's like, he's like, it's okay. She freaking took my phone. I'm like, dude, she took your phone. I was like, oh, bad. And this is the kind of kid that he's not on his phone all the time, but he, you know, you're not supposed to have your phone out, period, in school, you know. But he did have his phone out a little bit, you know. So every once in a while, I'd see him on it, you know, but like not constantly, you know. But I guess he got his phone taken away, which he's never got his phone taken away ever, you know, because he's just a freshman just like me, you know. And that was his first time ever getting his phone taken away, and this was pretty, like, about halfway through freshman year, you know. And I was like, oh, wow, what a major, you know. I was just like, he started, you know, saying names I shouldn't have said about her, you know. So I was like, oh, whatever, let's just forget it. Never see her again until sophomore year. I come into my class, and it was beginning of the year, I believe. Not the very beginning, but like, you know, just towards the beginning of the year. And we have a substitute. I knew we were gonna have a substitute teacher, and I had my this girl I was dating at the time, and we had this class together. And we walk in, and then I look over and I see her in the chair, and I'm like, no. No, 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 no way. And I didn't see her once, never, like, not even, like, heard of her, seen her, nothing. And I was like, no, and then, like, I was saying that too. I was like, no, no, and my girlfriend was like, well, what's wrong? And I was like, she's the biggest ever. Like, oh, I was like, no, no. So get this. She does not change a bit. She is the exact same person she was, and this is where everything goes crazy. Like, you guys wouldn't even think this would happen in high school. Like, it sounds like like it would be in a movie. I would so reenact it just so you guys can see the intensity of this horrible teacher. I don't think we could even reenact it. She was so bad. So this is where it gets 10 times as worse. So we walk in, and guess what? First thing she starts out with, all right, I subbed, and I guess she subbed, not that class, but the earlier classes the previous day. So I subbed the previous day of the classes, and if I don't make me repeat your name, I'm just going to say it, and if you understand, or you should understand what I'm saying, and just say here, that's it, all right? Then don't talk. And I was like, oh my God, here she goes again with the repeating myself. Starts saying the rule, and then she gets to my girlfriend's name, and my ex-girlfriend's name, and she's like, so Sheila, and said her last name, and then my girlfriend was like, it's Shayla, and then she kind of hesitated to say it, but like I was like, oh, I think she won't say anything, and she slams her pencil on the ground and says, what did I just say? And I was like, looked at her, and she's like, I'm sorry, I was just telling you how to say it the right way. And then she's like, no, I told you right before I took roll not to correct me. I don't like being corrected. And I looked at her, I was like, I gave her the face, like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I feel bad for you, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't get involved in this, so. But then someone across the room is like, I think that's kind of ignorant that you do that. Why not learn to pronounce our names the right way? It's like, why learn it? Because I'm never gonna see you guys most likely again. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at everyone's faces is just dropping lower and lower. Like, this girl is being the devil right now. And she's like, and she's like, so she said that, like, it's not like I'm ever going to see you again anyways. And so everyone's face, she said, I forgot what she said. She said something again, but the substitute ignored it or just didn't hear it. And she starts going off. People don't learn, I swear to God. People just don't learn to shut their mouths, okay? Keep going on. Substitute calls someone's name. They correct her. Oh my God. I don't even know why people are so dumb. I look at the ground. Like, I immediately looked at the ground right when she corrected. And she just looks at her. Like, right when she corrected her, the substitute teacher just looks at her. And just stares at her. I swear it was like an intensity stare for like 20 seconds. Like a legit 20 seconds. Like, if I sat here and said to you guys for even, give it 5 seconds. Watch this. That 5 seconds was such a long, it actually felt that. Now imagine like a 20 seconds hardcore stare. Like, it was just like that. And she's like, I think you need to go out in the hall. And she's like, because I corrected myself? And she goes, no, because you were talking and because you will not listen to me or pay attention. And she's like, I am paying attention. And then they kind of get into it a little bit, but it ends out that the girl's like, fine, I'm just going to leave. And then grabs her stuff and walks out in the hall. It's like, it's got to be the substitute. Like, I for some reason, when I was thinking about that day a couple of times during freshman year, and I was like, maybe she was just having a bad day or something. And then seeing her do this again, like, I was like, okay, it's got to be the substitute. Something's either wrong with her, every class, and her, or it's just her. Like, it's got to be just her. I'm starting to think, know this, And we're sitting here, and she gets kicked out, and she actually pronounces 2 other kids wrong. Maybe it's 2 or 3, but I know she pronounced at least 1 other kid wrong after that, but they didn't say anything, She starts giving us the assignment. She's being moody, and she's like, when she's giving us the paper, she's just kind of throwing them at us, like, not like a, here you go, here you go. She's like, pff, pff, pff. I remember one kid even dropped his paper and, like, had to pick it up, And she's seen it drop, but she doesn't even pick it up. It's like, how can you do that? Like, I see a kid, like, halfway down the hall drop something, and I'll, like, drop my stuff, run over and go help them pick their stuff up. And then, that's actually happened too, but that was just because she was hot. But point being, people do nice things just like that, and she just kind of didn't even do anything. Now, this is where it gets horrible. So she goes over there, she starts giving out all her paper, we start doing something, and then there's this this bigger kind of girl, and she's kind of a moody girl. I'll say that right now. And I don't think this girl doesn't even go to my school anymore. Actually, I haven't seen her in a long time. After maybe not even last year. Wow, maybe that substitute like did something horrible to her or something. I don't know. I've never seen that girl for a long time. Now that I think about it. But anyway, so this girl was just like, "Hey, excuse me," and the teacher looks back at her and she goes, "Can I go to the bathroom?" Or, yeah, can I go? Yeah, exactly. She's like, "Can I go to the bathroom? I really have to go." And she's like, no. The teacher specifically said that none of you guys can use the bathroom." And she's like, and then before she even, like, the student was about to reply, and before she could, she's like, "By the way, when you ask, it's more polite to say, may." And right when she said that, I wanted to stand up, because it just, like, really pissed me off when she said that, because she's sitting there saying, being rude to us, not being polite at all, but then she's like, "You gotta be polite and say, may I?" And I'm like, you kidding me? May I? You'll say may, like, freaking make us say may, but, okay, you will not pronounce our names right, but you'll make us say may. Okay, that's responsible, that's respectful, that's politeness. Okay, this teacher is so messed up. Like, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I'm trying to say this in, like, the nicest way, but I've never been so mad at a teacher or substitute teacher ever. I don't even have a worse teacher. I've never had a problem or, like, a constant problem with any of my teachers ever. I don't even think I've ever had a problem. Like, we always, like, maybe I got in trouble, they tell me to be quiet or something like that, but I've never had a teacher, like, I'm always, like, honest with my teachers. I've even shown, like, I got so close to my teachers where I'll show dance videos inside of my class with them, or I'll show them some of my YouTube videos to the whole class. I've gotten close to where some of them even come to my dance competitions and stuff like that. Like, it's just, I talk to my teachers. I'm just always honest and just try to make them laugh and stuff like that. That's just how I am. But this teacher is probably the worst teacher or substitute I've ever seen ever in possible history. So finally she's like, "But I'm on my period." And that's what she flat out says in front of the class. I'm like, ugh. But no, not really. I was just kind of like, why did she say that in class? Look. And she's like, "I don't care. I told you you cannot leave the class." And she's like, "I need to change my tampon." And I'm like, okay, dude, like, come on. I understand you gotta use the bathroom, but, you know, you don't gotta say this to the whole class, you know? And I think she was saying it just to, like, say that so she can go. I don't know if she really was, but she was just kind of being raunchy to the teacher, you know? And the teacher's like, "I told you, I'm not gonna say it again," and just sits down in her seat. She's like, "I'm going anyway." She's like, "Good, I'll be sure to call the people that you left the classroom." And she's like, "Good," and then, here we go. This is where it gets horrible. One of the friends at the same table, and she's like, "I think you need to stop being a total B word," and totally flat out said that. And this was that girl's friend, the girl that wanted to use the bathroom. This is her friend that said and say that. And then she's like, you know what, both of you can go to the office right now." And then even where someone on the other side of the room, I don't even think they were friends. I've never even seen them once talk to each other or anything. It's like, I agree with her. You need to stop. And she's like, I don't think she said it that way. I think she used the word agree with them, but it was more like you need to stop it, dude. They're totally right, or something like that. So, and then they're like, "You know what? Go now. And if anybody else wants to join them, go." So then this part gets crazy. The whole class stands up, right? And oh, by the way, just to mention to this point, she already, like, hit the button to call, like, Officer Peck. I think that was what did we call him? I use his name in another video. Yeah, I think it was Peck, wasn't it? He has a real last name, but we just call him Officer Peck, so we'll call him that. Calls him down and comes down. So he comes down and he's like, "Is there a problem in here?" And we're just like, no, sorry. Rewind. Okay, erase all that. So we'll call him Officer P. So, just to mention, so now everyone in the class stands up. Oh my God, I need to start over. Okay, sorry. So rewind. Okay. So at this point, she's already hit the button to call Officer P, the school officer, down to come down to the room and get to get the girl, because they're being way too loud and stuff like that, or not being loud, but they were, you know, talking crap to them. So there's 3 students that came up. You know, she notified after the second one said something, and then the third one said something when she was, like, hitting the button, like after she called the office to have Officer P come down, and she's like, And then she starts fighting with the second one and first one, and then that's when the third one jumps in, and then she's like, "Hey, I agree with them," and that's when we're like, and then right, and this is crazy. This is like a movie. I swear to God, this is crazy. The whole class stands up, right? The whole class stands up, literally. Besides me, like my girlfriend even stood up. Like I was about to go. I was like, okay, like and I started putting everything in my bag, because I was just gonna go with him. I was like, whatever, you know what? If the whole class is doing it, I'm just gonna join in because this girl is crazy, So we put all my stuff in my bag, and I was about to put it up, and then the freaking principal and Officer P walk in like some people are already walking out. And Officer P goes, "What is going on here?" And like, all the three girls were still in there. Everybody was still in the classroom. And we're just like, oh my God, this is, the officer's here. He's like, and then the substitute starts telling the officer everything. And then people are starting getting involved. She's like, no, she said this, she's doing that. And then everyone starts fighting. And Officer P like, hold up. If anybody leaves this classroom, you can all go to detention. Everybody sits down. Or detention after school. Everybody sits down. Literally, everybody sits down. Like, nobody's like, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, I have to work afterwards. I can't do this. It's like, oh, shut up. You just don't want to get in trouble. That's what's up. So we all sit down. We're all just sitting here. And, she has the girl that, like, got kicked out of the classroom, and, like, the other people that were, like, fighting with the substitute talked to Officer P, and they all went outside. And, like, when they're all outside of the door talking and stuff like that, the whole class was just, like, talking crap. Like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Finally, Officer P comes back and he's like, you guys treat this woman with respect, okay? And we're just like, are you kidding me? And someone in the class was just like, no, this substitute's being rude to us, making us pronounce, not even correct our names. And Officer P, and this is the part I absolutely hate. After he's just told him this, he's like, it doesn't matter. You guys need to do what you're supposed to be doing and listen to her and respect her. And just starts like saying all this like stuff to be honest with her, or not to be honest with her, just to be nice to her and all this. But totally ignores the sentence. Like he didn't even say anything. And I know for a fact he heard him because he like looked at him. He's like, no, everybody just needs to respect her. It's like, dude, if someone came up to you and said Officer V, even though your name's Officer P, you'd be like, what the? I'm Officer P, okay? P. Officer P, because of P. Alright, that's weird. But point being, this whole class gets involved. Everyone's about to get, like, leave. And then Officer P comes in, puts everything straight. And it ends up, 4 people end up going to the office, taking the office. And then everybody else just starts doing their work. And finally we left and everyone starts talking crap. Like, the bell rang. We start going to our next class. Now everybody's talking crap. People start texting people, right? We walk out of class, people meet up with people like, dude, you'll never believe what happened. And just the whole word spreads, like, this girl's a B word. Finally, next day happens, everybody's back in class besides the big girl that, she was like, she stayed home that day or something. But she did come back after that, so maybe it was, I think I seen her, like, till, like, after that class was over, like, all together like that. It was a different trimester. I think that was the last time I remember seeing her. But she didn't come back the next day, and everyone just starts, like, when the teacher walks, she's like, oh my gosh, you're back, that substitute, and everyone just starts telling her everything. She's like, really? And teacher's just like, she was acting like, just like 80% of it was bull. She, like, believed a little bit, because she was like, oh, she did? But then the rest, she was like, oh, really? Like, sarcasm, like, yeah, right, she didn't do that. I think they were just causing her trouble kind of thing, but she kind of agreed, and then she just changed the subject. All right, we're doing this today, But anyway, so, point being, guys, jumping back, this is a crazy story. But I had to share it with you guys because you can't act like that towards students. I'm sorry, but you need to be respectful to us. And I know for a fact that teenagers, even college students, even younger kids, no matter what age, if you're teaching someone, even one person like if you're just a normal teacher, teaching kids and stuff like that, we're going to be a handful. We can get annoying. We are blah, blah, blah. I know. And that's what I'm saying is, there's going to be times you freak out of the class because you are mad at the class. There's times where we get annoying. We mess up, But just always remember that we are here to learn. Most of us, anyways, most of us are always here to learn. I know I go to high school not only because I have to, but because it's going to make me have a great future. It's the start of my future. It's going to get me to college. This is my senior year, and I'm going to do great with it. But I want every teacher to know that I am totally on your side no matter what. Just I hope hope. I'm not saying anything. I can't do anything, obviously. But I hope that you teachers out there are being more responsible and more respectful with the power that you have towards us kids. You guys are our future. You guys are teaching us kids, us people that are going to be the future of tomorrow. And that's the honest truth. We all know it. So I hope you guys use the power that you guys have responsible and respectfully. And obviously, 99.9% of you guys will. And it's not every day you hear of a teacher beating a student or something like that, you know. But I just hope you guys do that, because after the substitute, I was like, wow, anybody can just come in here and act like that towards the class and then nobody do anything about it? I don't know. So maybe she subs another class and finally got caught doing what she was doing and then got her substitute license taken away. I don't know. I don't know where she is, what happened, what happened. We didn't know anything about it. She had a wedding ring on, so she had a husband. It's like, well, maybe, I don't even know. Did she have a horrible marriage or something? I don't know. But whatever happened in her life that really messed her up, I really feel bad for her, because there is sometimes people that act that way because of the way other people treat them. And I feel bad for her. I really do. I just wish she knew the greatness. If she walked in and was like, hi class, how are you today? And I'm your substitute, so we're going to do this and this. But anybody want to go around the room and say what they want to be when they're older? Anything like this, like the substitute today. This is kind of ironic, but the substitute today was asking us like, oh, how are you guys? Yeah, I'm training to be a teacher, but right now I'm just substituting, blah, blah, blah. And how are you guys? And let's go around the room, say your names and what you want to be when you're older. And we started talking and all that. And it was good, because you started out the class like that good mood. And then we jumped in to our subject, but like it was a lot more fun with the teacher, because he was just a good person and came in with a great attitude, not that horrible, crappy attitude. So I thought you guys would enjoy the story. It's really intense, really crazy, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you all. Thanks so much for watching. You guys mean so much to me, as always. You guys are like the best. I love you guys. And I'll catch you guys in my next high school stories. Love you guys. Peace out.